Kyle and Corin back. So
You
Kyle's here. He said busy day. So I'm curious, like what's a busy day in your world newsworthy? Because it's been straight chaos, anarchy, world ending, like bananas for the last couple days. But like what's caught your eye?
I mean, it's all the stuff you would expect, right? Like it's all the Trump taking over the California National Guard, sending them into LA, and then now sending the Marines to LA, and then sending 2,000 more National Guard. And this all started because there was one day of ICE protests.
Yeah,
One day.
can you like to be honest, I haven't even followed the LA shit, but I've seen like clips of it started with the clip of people throwing rocks at cars and I kind of was just like what the like that's crazy. And then I was like, "Oh, that seems like a big deal because like LA looks like some shit's really going on." But I didn't really know what's happening. And now I see like it was some actor's son was like giving a speech in an LA Kings jersey and his shit looked mad official. Like what are they're just deporting mad people and people are protesting like
Yeah. So here's what happened. ICE decided, that's Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they're going to do a bunch of raids all across LA. Like Little League games they went to and Home Depots, and they even arrested like a union leader. I mean, just crazy, crazy stuff.
so it was definitely
So,
like a plot of like this one day, like we're just on a mission now to just really just unleash and like
yeah,
round up all
well,
these people.
they want to deport 3,000 people a day. And so to get to that number, you have no choice but to go to 7-Elevens and Home Depots and just people's workplaces and shit. And so
Thousand.
all throughout LA, there were these crazy raids. And what happened was when these people got arrested, they took them to like this ICE building in Los Angeles. And so you had a bunch of protesters show up and they circled the building and they started chanting like, let him go, stuff like that. And so the government responded to that by just basically like bringing the cops, bringing the National Guard, give me like a bunch of people with guns. They were shooting tear gas at everybody.
I
They
saw
were
like an Australian news reporter get hit with like a pellet gun. Like she was just
on
reporting
purpose. On purpose.
on
She
purpose.
got hit with a rubber bullet on purpose. A cop aimed it at the reporter and shot. There was another reporter who I know, Jordan Chariton of the Status Quo YouTube channel. Everybody should go subscribe to that. He has a reporter who's on the ground there. Got shot with the rubber bullet. Leg needed surgery. Yeah. So, and that's what they do. Like, that's what the right does is like the video you were able to see was like, oh, look, here are the protesters throwing rocks. And like, they never tell you,
Why the fuck?
here's how the shit started.
Yeah.
They were taking grandmas and they were taking kids. And there was one story where they raided an elementary school graduation and the parents had to try to run while their kids were graduating.
Graduation?
Graduation. And the other thing is, all these ICE assholes,
Yeah.
they cover their faces. They're not showing their faces. They're not showing their badges. And they
Yeah,
have,
it could be anyone, just like
it could be anybody.
MAGA
It could be,
dude.
bro, they're waiting outside of immigration courtrooms. And even when the judge dismisses a case and says you're free to go, they'll still swoop that person up. So, yeah, what we're looking at is straight up fascism. Like, they're just grabbing every brown-skinned person. They literally arrested a U.S. Marshal because the U.S. Marshal was Hispanic.
Wow.
And then they figured out it's a U.S. Marshal, and they were like, oh, fuck, all right, we fucked up. But, like, so that's what led to, basically, they snapped, and the people of L.A. were like, go fuck yourself. You're ruining these communities. We're not letting it happen. And so they surrounded that building. Then there were other protests that started getting bigger and bigger. And by the way, everything was perfectly under control until Trump said, send in the National Guard. And then as soon as the National Guard got there, that's when shit really popped off. Because the protesters were like, nah, bro, fuck this shit. And now Trump's sending the Marines. That's the U.S. military in our own streets, bro. He's going full dictator. He's full dictator. And
Was
I don't
that
know if
a
you've
real
been seeing...
video? I think you tweeted it. It was all armored tank trucks getting like brought in on
That's
the
for
train.
D.C. That's for D.C. So he's having this military parade in D.C. on June 14th.
Oh, so he actually is having a parade.
Yes, he's doing the military parade on June 14th. All those tanks are there. But have you been seeing the fight between Gavin Newsom and Trump that's going on?
Well, no, that's what I was going to ask you is like, so does what Trump say kind of supersede anything that Newsom like says? Because Newsom can't be for all this that's going down in his like state right now.
So it's kind of complicated, right? Because in some ways, yes, Trump gets to supersede the governors. But
Yeah.
if Trump is violating the law in the process of doing that, then no. So
Yeah.
what happened was Newsom sued as soon as Trump federalized the California National Guard. That's supposed to be Gavin Newsom's.
Yeah.
but Trump federalized it and said, I'm deploying the National Guard. Well, by the law, he would have to get approval to do that from Newsom. Newsom didn't give his approval. So Newsom sued, and then you had Tom Homan, who's the border czar, say that Newsom should be arrested. Then Newsom responded and said, okay, bitch, come arrest me. Instead of arresting 4-year-olds, come arrest me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then they asked Trump, hey, should he be arrested? And Trump was like, yeah, I like that idea. Tom should do that. Tom should arrest him. And then Newsom's like, see, look, he's a fucking dictator. Look at the shit that he's saying here. This is all about getting more power, getting more control, deploying the military in the streets, ending free speech. And he's been going in. And then now they're saying all these National Guardsmen, they're all in LA. They got no food. They got no water.
Where do they stay?
They got no place to sleep. So they did this so quickly and so haphazardly with no planning that now there's pictures of like the National Guardsmen sleeping on the floor in some random ass spot.
What the fuck?
I know, and it's just so crazy. Like watching all this happen, it's like this motherfucker's really a dictator. Like, how can people not see it at this? Like, it's the most obvious shit in the world at this point.
So, one, it's crazy. I mean, it's just a crazy sight to see, and that's LA. Like, what's to say? Could that happen in New York? Like, could it just be like some?
It could happen anywhere. And that's why Gavin Newsom is making such a big stink about it, because he's like, today it's happening here.
Yeah.
This shit could happen everywhere. And by the way, that same day that he's doing his military parade in D.C., June 14th, there are massive anti-Trump protests scheduled in every city that day. And so that's the real thought here, is that maybe he's just doing this, but then June 14th, he'll have the fucking military everywhere, dog. Like, he'll try to shut down all the protests.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. One time, and you know this, when we were playing cards in Norwalk, you weren't there that night, but the cops raided the spot, and they came through and shot rubber like pellet things, and that was their way of kind of like getting everybody down and kind of getting everybody like in check, in line. And luckily, I didn't get hit with that thing, but I saw them. It was like a rubber like ball, like, and it didn't look like it didn't look like it would not hurt, like it would hurt you. So damn, and then there's no like getting in trouble. Like, how did you shoot that at a news reporter and like still be good? Like, it's not like they're gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Cops. Like, this is what everybody's waking up to right now. Is like, just because these assholes have the badges and have the guns, and in some cases they don't even have the fucking badges. Yeah. That doesn't mean that they're right. Like, that doesn't mean that like they are the ones who are acting illegally. If you are a police officer and you just aim your fucking rubber bullets right at some Australian news anchor, some woman who's literally on the air, like, you should be arrested. Fuck you. You should be arrested. Like, it's just like, it's so obvious now that like the law is fake. Everybody sees it now. Like, oh, everything is fake. Like, the law is fake. They just make that shit up as they go. They get away with whatever the fuck they can get away with. And they just expect everybody else, hey, they have the guns, so we need to shut the fuck up and do what they say. And it's like, that's a police state. Yeah. We're not living in a democracy anymore. That's a tyranny.
It's crazy because at what point too, and I mean, it's hard because if you're a police officer, you obviously have to do what you're like ordered to do. But like, at what point will there ever be a turning of the tide where even if it was like the LAPD going up against the federal government saying like, nah, we're not going to let you guys come in here and wild out, you know, and like, there's like a good cop who's like, it's almost like when like the Amazon workers rebel against Amazon, like when is the police department going to be like, nah, this shit ain't right. Like, we're not going to listen to Trump on this one and kind of like just straight bulldoze all these people.
So the LAPD kind of did say that already.
Oh, really?
They released a statement, and the statement was like, dog, we're fine. Like, we don't need you. Yeah. We got this shit. And then they sent the National Guard in anyway. But the real interesting part is that Trump said to Newsom, I'm going to cut off all of California's federal money. All the money you're supposed to get from the federal government, I'm cutting that shit off. And so then Newsom responded and said, okay, if you cut off the federal money that's supposed to come here, we're not going to pay taxes anymore. How you like that? And so it was after that Trump said, I'm going to send in the National Guard. This is like a day or two later. Trump was like, I'm sending the National Guard for one fucking day of protests. And so to answer your question, like, that's sort of where we're at now, right? Is like, now there's nothing that's off the table. Yeah. Like, I could totally see Trump say, no, I'm actually going to shut off the federal money that goes to California. And then I could totally see Newsom say, well, then we're not paying federal taxes anymore. Then I could see total fucking standoff, right? And it's like we're really on the brink of some legitimate civil war type shit.
It's,
And to your point,
yeah.
the Marines, man, like that's the thing that got me is like the Marines, when you sign up for the Marines, you're not signing up to do domestic police work.
No.
And so now you're being told as a soldier, you got to go police the streets of LA? People who are protesting because their like fucking uncle was deported? You got to go with a gun? You got to show up there and point it at people like that? Like if you're in the Marines and you're called up, I'm sorry, bro. You got to step down. You got to say I'm not doing this. This is not my job. Because that's what we need is we need people who have a conscience to step up and say this country is not about this shit. It's not about this. We're ending this.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's super scary. Like again, I've tried to kind of stay away from what's happening, but it's hard not to see videos. And are we almost at the end of it, or is it like it still feels like the very early stages of the beginning, right? Like Newsom and Trump just started their beef, and it's going to get a lot worse in LA, and then to like what I said, maybe New York, happening in Chicago, other cities too, right?
It would be a miracle if it got better at this point. It would be a miracle because what happened was as soon as the National Guard showed up, that's when more protesters showed up.
Yeah.
That's when more violence started. And by the way, somebody who's a friend of the show, he DM'd me and said he was at a protest in California. And he said at his protest, literally everybody was being peaceful and the cops just shot tear gas at them. And so, I mean, this is what's happening. Right? Is like some war-like shit. So do I think it's going to get worse? Yeah. Do I think he's going to try to deploy more people June 14th? Yeah. Do I think he's basically trying to go full dictator? Yeah. I mean, how else can you analyze this? Like, at this point, it's so sad now thinking back to when people used to debate whether or not Trump was a fascist. It's like, where's the debate, bro? This shit is over. Like, he's the most obvious fascist in the world.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. I mean, like, he legit is like burning down the country. Like the country's burning down. Like, and it's step by step. And I've said this in the past before, but I don't know what LA is like. If people are still just going about their lives and their business, like, you know, like that shit's not happening. But I know in New York, people are still going about their lives like shit's still like not, you know, like the world's not on fire. But this guy is legit ruining the country. And it's fucking scary.
I mean, you're right. Like 99% of LA, same thing. Is like if you're in most places in LA, you don't even know that this is going on.
It's wild to me.
But there's little pockets of it, and I think it can expand. And like, let's also keep it real. At some point, when you do the shit that this government has been doing for so long, I mean, they literally arrested. It's over 100,000 ICE arrests they already did. 100,000.
It was like Trump's orders to like just be like, let's go to LA. We want to round up 3,000 people a day. Like he just randomly
Trump
chose
and it's
LA.
Stephen Miller. It's Trump and it's Stephen Miller. They want mass deportations and they want like whatever numbers the ICE people have. They go, that's not enough. More. And so I looked up the numbers because I was curious how many of these people are actually like violent criminals.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's the idea is if you're going to deport somebody, it's got to be undocumented immigrant who's a violent criminal. And then everybody's like, okay, I get it. You know, no problem.
The guy who, you know, the guy on TikTok who, like doesn't speak, but he just like puts his hand out and like, he's got like over, like, I don't know, probably like over 200 million followers, but it's like this black dude and he like doesn't speak and he'll just
deported
like,
that dude
out. He's like, but like he was at an airport and he got deported because he like overstayed his like visa, like
yeah.
And it's like the guy's not harming anybody. He didn't do anything like bad, like, and he got deported. Like they sent him back to his country. I didn't follow his story too closely, but he's like the #1 TikTok, Instagram like person out there right now.
So I looked it up, and the percentage of immigrants who are violent criminals, is literally less than 1%. That's what it said. Less than 1%. And so then I tried to figure out, okay, what's the actual number? Like, I want to know a number. The number is 10,000 or less, right? So think about it. They've arrested 100,000 people. Only 10,000 or fewer are actually violent criminals who are undocumented. So that means 90,000, minimum I'm talking here, 90,000 of the people who were arrested, totally fucking innocent. Didn't hurt anybody, didn't commit assault, didn't commit robbery, didn't do anything, work a job, have a family here, have a life here, just ripping them out of there and fucking dragging them out of the country. And that's if they're lucky, because some the unlucky ones get sent to fucking El Salvador
Yeah, that's what I
in
was
a
gonna say. Like,
concentration camp.
where are they? Like, do they have enough space for them in prisons? Like, are they flying them out? Like, what? Like, how? I don't even know how they do all that shit.
Well,
And it's
and
probably like super bad how they're. I mean, like that. Not that. Like, they're probably not treating them well on the way out. They're probably
of
these
course
people.
not.
Like,
Bro, they don't give a fuck about these people.
oh
They
man.
don't give a fuck. No, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. And like,
Well, yeah.
think about this. Like, think about the shit they're doing. They're doing this at the same time. I don't know if you saw that story that company named Palantir wants to
No.
create a data file on all Americans. So they want to have a data file where somebody could look up Corin, your name, in the government, and just have all these facts about you.
They probably they
Right?
don't. They probably have that shit already somewhere,
They
right?
don't have a centralized database
Oh,
that has everything about you. They want to do that. Basically, they could like blackmail anybody in the country with this shit,
yeah. That's
and that's
creepy.
also what they're working on now. So yeah, it's becoming like we live in a nightmare. Like we live in a sci-fi movie, and it's like there are evil characters who are running the country.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Well, we started with you. So you were on a podcast, and the guy was an MMA guy, and it made me think of Molly just did a jiu-jitsu tournament this weekend.
Shout out to Molly.
No,
Shout out
for
to
real.
Molly. I saw the video. She kicked somebody's ass.
Kicked ass. And it made me like she wants me to try jiu-jitsu, and I just saw that I think it was the UFC joined and they're doing like their own jiu-jitsu kind of like MMA-s thing. And it looked pretty dope. And I don't know, it made me kind of be a little curious to try it. I don't know if you had any thoughts on like jiu-jitsu or like trying any like of that type of shit.
Well, first of all, your brother does it.
Yeah, Jed does it. He's pretty good. He's like a
So
purple belt,
Jed does it.
one of the high ranks.
Your wife does it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean, I see no reason not to do it
yeah.
because if your brother does it and your wife does it, and I'm sure Molly has a certain set time in her week where, hey, I go to this class or I do this thing or whatever, then you could just do the same shit, go the
Yeah.
same time, do the same shit. And like, it's always good to have a hobby. It's so crazy that like, I don't think people really realize how much it improves your life if you have a hobby that you really like.
Yeah,
Like, you think it sounds kind of cheesy or corny, like, oh yeah, I have a hobby. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. But like, no, if you actually have a hobby that you're really interested in and you care about, it could like you're obsessed with it and you think about it all the time and you want to get better and it gives you a reason to get up in the morning and do some shit. And it's just like it's a big deal.
yeah,
I think one of our problems is that a lot of people, especially young men, a lot of them just don't have hobbies and don't have shit that they care about, and so it's just like they're fucking angry all the time.
yeah. And there's so many different hobbies now too. There's so many like activities and just different sports and weird. I mean, like chess. I saw this clip of this guy playing chess. It was like they both were top guys. One of them, one of the dudes lost and he like banged the table. But I don't know. I like chess is another thing that intrigues me. Like I want to get into something, but I can't. I have all my like baseball and basketball cards that I got to go through and kind of like figure out if I should sell them. But yeah, I need to pick up some type of hobby because I don't know. Shit, I'm just bored as fuck right now, and it's like figuring out what to do is like what I need to figure out.
So I'll second either jujitsu,
Yeah.
which is what they want you to do, which I think makes perfect sense. I think you would get really into that if you tried it.
Yep.
And as a second option, if you don't want to do the jujitsu, golf, bro.
Yeah, I know.
It's a classic middle-aged white guy shit. Like you will get obsessed with it.
I know.
Obsessed with it. All it takes is going to the range 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden you're thinking about like, oh shit, where do I put my elbow in my swing? Will it change it if I do this? I'll keep my head still. Let me do this. Let me do that. And like you'll start thinking, I can crack this code. I could like find a way to swing the club that's just perfect every time.
I know.
And like you'll never get it, but you'll keep trying, and like you'll get better. You know.
You know what I just started doing? That kind of is like we went to it was a farm. I've been getting into planting. So like outside of our house, we got rid of like all of the shit in front of our house, and now we have to replant everything. So we went to a farm on the weekend, and there was this old lady that like kind of ran the farm, and it reminded me of like some Martha Stewart type of shit. She like hooked us up with mad plants, which are dumb expensive. And this morning I was just out the whole morning digging holes, putting like this crab mulch shit, mixing like dirt in there. That shit was kind of therapeutic. Like it made me think like, yo, planting and like when people have vegetable gardens, I used to shit on that. But like that low key is like it was kind of like cool to dig out this stuff, and now like I see them and I'm like, yo, it looks like it was raining. I was mad hype. It was raining. Like
Bro, that's a good ass hobby too. Crystal
planting,
does that shit. Crystal
planting.
loves gardening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
it's a
gardening,
huge.
whatever.
It's great. People fucking love that. People they get super into it and they figure out the perfect plants to put in the perfect place and they work on it. When they're done, it looks amazing and it makes you feel good. Yeah, that's a great hobby.
It's
So now you got 3 options on the table.
3. I think I might do the planting shit, but you can only like plant so much, and then also like I don't know, like there's like perennials versus like annuals and like shit that like stays.
Perennials keep coming back.
Yeah.
Annuals are only one time.
See, I don't know why anybody would want the shit that keeps coming back. Like when they told me both of those options, I was like, wouldn't you just want some shit that just stays indefinitely forever? Like if there were 2 options of like, could you not have to go to the doctor forever, or would you want to go back every year and like check on some shit? It'd just be like, nah, I just want to go once and be told I'm good. Or I
Yeah,
guess
that's
on the flip
perennials.
side of that, maybe if you go every year, like shit changes. So if
Well,
some
but
new shit
also,
comes out,
if you like gardening, then it makes sense to do the plants that just go 1 year and then they're done, because then you'll be able to garden again with a
That's
different plant in that same spot. You know, so if it's like a hobby for real, then I would say just do the ones that come and go. If you want it to be permanent, then you do the perennials. So for somebody like me who's lazy, I would do perennials just because, oh, I got some shit in there, it'll grow next year, like we're good, you know?
yeah, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna try that shit out. We'll see how that goes because I put 3 little bushes out. They look kind of dope, and there's 3 other little shits now that I have to put out. Like they're a little colored. I got purple, so I'm gonna put those in between and see how that goes. But yeah, planting's on my radar right now, man. I'm on my planting shit.
You gotta take a picture and you gotta like put it in the video so people can see what you're talking about.
I know. I put it into ChatGPT and like said how can you like kind of bless my house, and it gave me back like a nice little layout of like what to do was kind of cool.
I told you I saw somebody do that with their kitchen for cabinets and shit like that. And they said, hey, can you make this room look nicer? And they added like a certain paint and a certain table. And then they went and got shit that looks just like it, and it
On the
worked out
free
perfectly.
version. All right, so I wanted to ask you, well, one, I had to go in the archives for this one today, vanilla Coke. They make a flavor that's like a orange mandarin that I'm intrigued by, but I think I tried it in the Pepsi version one time and it was just too overpowering. It tasted like too syrupy. But vanilla Coke to me still number 1 on the like soft drink fountain soda category.
It's got the perfect hint of vanilla. Like it's the perfect amount of vanilla.
Yep.
I also fuck with cherry Coke. I fuck with
Cherry Coke. The wild cherry Pepsi is good too.
Right? Yep. I'm a big Dr. Pepper guy. I love some Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper lately has been so good.
But to your point, I don't know if I've even tried the orange mandarin.
Nah. Don't try
Coke,
it.
but I feel like we kind of have to try it now, just so we could report back to the people and let them know, like, hey, here's the deal with this drink.
I might.
Like, we're sort of responsible for doing that now.
Yeah, but it kind of gets me a little upset too that every time I go somewhere, like it's always fully stocked, which means that either they're refilling it fast or no one's fucking with it. Like people have tried it once and they're not going back to get it. Like vanilla Coke, whenever I go, there's like 1 or 2 left. The orange mandarin one, there's like double shelf filled up. No one's fucking with it. And that's my kind of barometer. No.
Barometer, yeah.
Is it barometer?
Barometer, yeah.
Yeah, of like if something's good or not. When I go to the shelf and there's like 1 or 2 left, I'm like, people fuck with that one. I'm very like swayed heavily when I go into like a bagel store or something. There's like some there was a V8 drink that had mad different flavors of it, and the orange one was like had like 2 left, but all the other flavors ones were there, so I got the orange one.
That's interesting because I'm gonna throw a curveball at you right now, and I know you're gonna agree to it too. Sometimes people just don't know about the banging shit. Example, the old school fajita at McDonald's. There's only like 7 people in the country that tried that shit, me and you included.
My dad.
And your dad loved it. Well, and like, bro, that thing was banging. I remember the first time I had it, I was like, how have I not fucking tried this shit before? This shit is amazing.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like, it's possible nobody's even tried that orange mandarin shit, but we try it and we're like, you know what, bro? Like, I'll say right now, I'll admit up front, I'm a little biased against it. Sometimes I'm a little bit strict in terms of certain flavors. I feel like don't mix those shits. Because if you tell me orange mandarin Coke, I think of like let me take an orange crush and
Yep.
pour a little bit into the Coke and taste it. And it's like I don't want to mix those flavors.
That's
Those are
right.
not mixable flavors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that being said, sometimes it'll surprise you and you'll be like, okay, I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I'm surprised they haven't come out with like a peanut butter and jelly Coca-Cola yet. Like something just so standard and generic. It's like a weird flavor, but I could see Coca-Cola doing it. They do all these other weird
Oh,
flavors.
I got one for you. Have you seen that there are peanut butter and jelly M&Ms? And have you tried them?
No, but to me that sounds kind of banging. And I'm not even a peanut butter and jelly guy, but I've always been intrigued by the Uncrustables.
Uncrustables are banging. Love Uncrustables.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think they're great.
I may have had one or two in my life just because like I was at a summer camp or something, they were laying around, but I don't think I've had them enough to really give an honest review on an Uncrustable. But I know they make the peanut butter and jelly one in the purple pack, and then they make that strawberry one too, which comes in like the red package too.
That one's my favorite.
That
one's my
one
favorite.
looks phenomenal. And I don't know if Uncrustable gets the credit. I think it does get the credit that it deserves, right? It's kind of like the
It
Pop-Tart
sort of does. People
frozen.
low-key will be like, yeah, that's my snack. I have like an Uncrustables, the snack I like to have. So I do think it sort of gets its due.
Okay.
But I want to know from everybody listening, have you tried the peanut butter and jelly M&Ms? Because I had them.
Is that new?
I think they're kind of new, or at least I haven't seen them until like relatively
I've
recently.
never even heard of them.
And so I had it. I really liked it. I thought it was delicious. But Crystal fucking hates them. She was like, these things are horrible. I don't know how you could eat this shit.
So is it a nut M&M and it's got like some jelly in it too? What's the concoction? First off, what color is the bag? Is it a purple bag?
I don't remember the color of the bag
if
because
it's
I
purple
tried it
bag,
like
I think
tried
they
it like
make
2 months ago. I want to say. I don't know. It just tasted like delicious peanut butter and jelly when you bite the M&M. I don't think it was actual nut in the bitch. It may have been, but I think it may have been actual peanut butter and some jelly taste and shit. Although I don't remember seeing actual jelly in it when I bit it.
That's what I'm saying. Because if there was
But
actual jelly in it, that would
eaten
throw
it
me
without
off.
looking.
It might just be the taste.
It was good though. I really liked it. I thought it was good. But here's the game changer. Have you had? I forget what it's called. Let me look it up. I think it's green apple Gatorade.
No,
Have you had that?
I'm not a green apple guy, to be honest with you.
Bro, this shit is such a game changer.
I just had a purple flavor today.
So I'll let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
Get the green apple Gatorade, but don't get the zero sugar one. You need the one with sugar. Okay,
No,
that's
course,
point number
you
one.
need the sugar, yeah.
Point number two. So I love it, and our son loves it. Crystal hates that shit.
Yeah.
She thinks it's the most disgusting thing in the world.
RFK's about to ban that bitch too with the it's probably got some green aspartame, some shit in there.
I will January 6th the shit out of everybody. If he bans the green apple Gatorade, it's a wrap. I will stockpile that bitch.
Know.
I'm going to sell it like it's cocaine, have contraband, stack it all up in the garage. People can come to me. I'll pass them out. $5 a pop. It's so good, bro. It's so good. See, here's the thing, and this is what Crystal says. Crystal says, it tastes like a fake apple flavor.
Yeah,
and my response to that is, yes, but I love that shit. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. It's just so sweet and delicious.
I don't even like. I like what kind of apples do I like? Honeycrisp apples. Like if there was a Honeycrisp Gatorade, but I don't even like green apple. Like green apple to me is too sweet as it is. Like a green apple Jolly Rancher.
Well, it's sour. Oh, the green apple Jolly Rancher is sweet, but actual green apples are sour tasting.
Sour, yeah. And that to me translates to the Gatorade. I don't know if I could get behind the green apple Gatorade. I think it'd be too much for me. Like I like smoother, like the light blue, it's like a Arctic blue. Feels like I'm drinking out of a glacier.
Because I'm a cool blue guy, and the cool blue is the brighter blue.
I like the cool blue too, though.
So if I have a choice of just the standards, so you go red, you go yellow, you go bright blue, and you go orange, I'm 100% going cool blue, which is the bright blue one.
Yep,
that's the one I'm going with. Of those options.
Yeah.
But you start throwing some, Gatorade will hit you with, every time you go, there's this gas station that's kind of close to us that, swear to God, they have like the world's biggest collection of Gatorades. Like they looked at the Gatorade menu and they were like, give us all of them. Like every single one. And so you'll go in there, there'll be a pink shit, there'll be a purple shit, there'll be 3 different shades of purple shit.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, I'm trying all these bitches because they're always it'll hit you with some shit out of the blue. That's how we found the green apple one.
Yep.
And then, like, we went to the grocery store, and I was like, damn, we got to get this green apple shit. They didn't have it. And we went to a different one, and they had the green apple one, but it was the zero sugar one, and shit was trash.
No, yeah, any of the zero sugar ones are horrible. But shout out to those gas stations because yeah, they're the ones that get every single Gatorade flavor. It's like they're with the times. It's like the supermarkets are too big. They're too like detached from reality, and they just say like, kids are coming in after soccer practice. Give us red, yellow.
Exactly.
The basic shit. But the gas stations, like, yo, people are in here every day filling up gas. Like, give me the yellow shit, but then also give me like the yellow blaze shit. Like the random.
Give me the one that's a color that doesn't exist that they just created out of nowhere.
Yeah, some like water, like it'll be like a watermelon strawberry glaze, and you're just like, yeah, I've never even seen that Gatorade before. So those gas stations come in clutch. They do that also with chips too. Like if you want some Doritos at any of those gas stations, they have different like flavors of Doritos that like I've never even seen. They had a gold bag one time. They had like all these different flavors at the gas station. And the supermarket's getting weird now where they have, I don't even know why Doritos spends time doing this, but they had it was like a ketchup Dorito.
So I was just going to ask you, what do you make of the wacky flavors that they roll? Like, okay, here's one. You said ketchup flavor?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I haven't tried them. But yes, just looking at the bag, I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on, you can't. Don't do that. But there was like a pickle flavor one. I saw that.
I think Molly likes that. I think Molly likes the pickle chips.
They're not that bad. And I'm not, just so everybody understands, I'm almost anti-pickle. Like,
you are, but you're also like put a bowl of chips on a table, like, and I feel like you would just like eat them. And even if you didn't like them, you'd still be like, yeah, but they're chips. Like,
totally.
Yeah.
But like, for pickles, if I order a burger, I am not getting pickles on that shit because to me, the pickle taste overrides the taste of the burger. Where I feel like the pickle is like the main ingredient, right? So I'm not big on pickles. But that pickle chip, I was like, you know what? That's the right amount of pickle flavor. Like, they kind of made it work.
I guess, but I still don't like that flavor of pickle. And to that,
you got to try it though, because I'm anti-pickle, and even I was like, you know what? This is good.
I know.
You got to try it.
But I think
I'm
even
gonna look
at
up the
that
other
point,
flavors.
when I when I eat it, I tend to like think I'm like eating like I'll make the pickle taste worse than even they made it. I feel like a lot of other countries do like if you ever walk down the international aisle at the supermarket, they have like different Doritos from like other countries. They get super weird. Like if you go to, I think I was in like Dominican Republic, they have like popular like whatever their seasoning or sauces are from that country, they make a Dorito flavor for that flavor. And so I don't know any of the other flavors, but like if you walk down like those international aisles, there's always flavors. I'm like, why the fuck would someone eat those Doritos? That shit looks so nasty. But to them, they're
It's
like,
like,
why would someone eat a ketchup Dorito?
Because to defend them, if I was dropped into this place and I'm an alien, I don't know shit about shit, and you show me there's a kind of chip called sour cream and onion, I'd be like, why would that shit be delicious? But I've been loving those shits my whole life. They taste amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like the idea of here, eat this thing, it's flavored like sour cream and onion. I'd be like, why would that be appealing to you? But then you eat it and you're like, oh, I get it. Like, this shit is delicious. So there's always some shit in different countries where it'll be some shit that you and I gag at, but they're like, what are you talking about? Like, that's
even
the
like
shit
honey barbecue, like barbecue's banging, but like who would have thought to put some honey on that
honey
shit?
with barbecue doesn't even make sense. But then you eat it and you're like, yo,
The honey barbecue
delicious.
chips are like, that's number one for me. And then like sometimes like a golden honey barbecue, that you can't compete with a honey barbecue chip. That's like, I think the best flavor out there.
So I gotta go. And by the way, I know my chip flavor preference is very controversial because one time I did a video on it and like everybody was like nobody agreed with me. It was me, myself, and I that have the feelings I do about chips. So my goat chip, and I say this loosely because I feel like if I were to really test everything right now, it would be dethroned. But like my staple that I'll go to if I just got a sandwich at the gas station and like I need a bag of chips and I have to pick up whatever the basic options are, I go cheddar and sour cream, bro. The Ruffles cheddar and sour cream are my shit, dog.
Is that the rigid? Is that the rigid kind? Like it's got the
It's ridged and it's cheddar and sour cream, so it's like a bright
yeah, yeah,
orange
yeah, yeah.
flavor
Yeah. That's a
or
really
orange
good
look to it.
chip. That chip is it withstood the test of time. It's a good combo, but my thing with that is by the end of the bag, you don't want any more of those chips. Like you're like I can't eat that whole bag. Like at the end of a honey barbecue chip, I'm drinking the bag. I'm like putting my finger in the bag. I'm like licking my fingers.
Right.
The cheddar and sour cream, there's something that's too overpowering if you eat the whole bag where you're like, this is too much. It's too much. It's
So
just too much for me.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm very curious what your answer is. Are you a Ruffles or a Lay's guy?
Oh, Ruffles, 1,000%.
100%.
Like,
Yes.
like it shouldn't even be a debate. Like I think
I know.
the basic Lay's yellow bag should be
Yeah.
abolished. Like anyone who gives that with a sandwich, like should just be disqualified from any competitions. Like that chip should not be allowed to be on shelves anymore. If someone buys that chip, like I've seen people like just grab that chip of like, oh, they just want a bag of chips and they get that. Like that's not a good friend. That's not a smart like decision. It's not a smart business to bring that chip in because that chip is so bland and so it like.
And compare that to a Ruffles in the bag, the original Ruffles in the bag that's like white and blue.
Yeah.
Like the original Ruffles is a staple.
A million times better. Yeah, a million times better.
So let me ask you, because I pulled up like the exotic flavors.
Yeah.
We're gonna rate these without eating them. Ready? So here we go. Number 1, Utz, which by the way, I'm a big Utz fan. Like I think that brand of chip, I think they're actually low key underrated.
They are underrated. Yep.
They have a lemonade flavored chip.
Nah, I'm out.
Right off the jump.
No.
What are you giving that 0 to 10? I'll go 4.
I'll give that like a 3. I can't. It's too sweet for me. Like.
All right, this one is kind of wild. Ready?
Oh, a lemonade chip.
Lay's wavy potato chips, Korean style fried chicken.
Oh. See, now if you said like Korean style stir fry, I would probably have gave it a good vote. But like just the fact that I'm thinking the chicken is in the chip, I don't like that. I don't want that.
So on a 0 to 10, I'm curious. So
here's
what I'd say.
About it. I'm definitely curious about it, but I just don't like chicken taste.
If it's spicy, I'm gonna give it a 2. If it's not spicy, I'll give it a solid 6.5.
Wow. I'll give it like a 4. So wait, it was Korean style chicken?
Lay's wavy potato chips, Korean style fried chicken.
Yeah.
And they got these bitches at Walmart. I see this right up here. They got them at Walmart.
What color is the bag? Brown?
It's like a purple pinkish color, like almost like a magenta type color.
Cause the color of the bag, I'm gonna go with you like a 6.5. I like that color of a bag. That would intrigue me.
How about this one? Chesapeake Bay crab spice.
Nah, fuck no. I don't even know what that is, but that shit sounds like a 0.
So normally I would agree with you, but I've had Crystal sometimes gets these like crab chips that I forget the brand, but they're just called like crab, and I'm not a crab guy. I don't like crab at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it tastes more like almost like the seasoning that you put on the crab, not crab itself. So when I actually had it, I was like, this is a solid like 7. So I'm gonna give that a 7 sight unseen for now, but that one could wildly go down if it doesn't meet the expectations.
It's crazy to think that like how some people like live and die by crab. You know, like they go and they.
Oh, Crystal loves crab, bro.
And to me, it's like it's so crazy how there can be 2 different sides of the spectrum of like someone who loves like crab's the shit that you go to like Louisiana and you put the bib on and you start breaking the legs and like eating the insides of it, right?
Do they have it in Louisiana? I don't know if they have.
I think so. I think crab is like where you break it and like you have to like suck out the crab and shit like that. Like crab.
That is how you eat crab. Yeah, I just didn't know that they eat them in Louisiana.
I feel like I remember some guy saying he went to Louisiana and he had crab legs, but like I don't understand how like there could be someone like me that sees someone eating that and it's just like I would never want to like put butter and lemon on it, but then someone else
like
is
me.
like, I love that shit.
the fishy taste. I'm not a fan of fishiness. Like I'll eat a fish if it doesn't taste fishy. If
But
it
I don't
tastes
think there's
fishy,
anything
I'm
that
out.
else drastic. It's not like you could say chicken and someone be like, "Oh, I would never touch
I know,
chicken,"
yeah.
and then
Chicken's
someone
just a
be like, "I
go-to.
love chicken." Like someone who hates chicken, I feel
That
like you'd be
doesn't
like,
exist.
"I'd take a bite of chicken."
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not a thing. Like it's so inoffensive.
Yeah.
Chicken is so inoffensive.
But to
All
your
right,
point, I don't think what was it, lobster bisque or some shit?
Chesapeake Bay crab spice. Yeah, that's it.
So Chesapeake, is that the type of crab?
I guess it's from the Chesapeake Bay. Around here, they have blue crab. It's like half saltwater, half freshwater,
Oh,
and so it's like a different kind of crab.
uh-huh.
Because they got snow crab, which is like in colder climates.
Oh, I didn't
Is your
even know.
smoke alarm going off or some shit?
Yeah, when we take a shower, sometimes it's right outside the door, so Molly's probably like fanning it down right now. But it's like right there. See, well, it's like you ever watch someone's video and there's I think it's a security alarm, but it'll always like beep. It's like beep beep, and it needs the battery changed, but it's like in
Oh my god,
the
bro!
most
I got
obnoxious shit.
nightmare stories. We had this old system attached to where we are,
Yeah.
and it was like an old security system, and that shit randomly at fucking 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. it would just like, and me and Crystal went
Holy shit in my
wild.
pants.
Bro, we went wild trying to figure it. We had the manual out. We had to call the company. The
Wait, did you
company
think
gave
someone was breaking in at first?
no. It was we knew that the shit
It was like
was
faulty.
like either dead battery or some other shit, and we were just desperately trying to. And it went on for like 2 or 3 nights until we finally got that shit fixed.
Wait, so
We
like every
were
time at like
miserable.
1:30 it would go off or some shit, or
It
it would
was
just
it'd be like 2 or 3 a.m. We'd be sound asleep,
oh
and then the
no.
loudest fucking noise you've ever heard, and then. We tried so hard, and then we had to like, all right, what if we just close the door and put on some headphones and do this? And, like, we tried 1,000 things.
You tried to sleep through it?
Because we tried the manual, we tried to call the company, we tried to fuck with it, we tried everything, and we're there like fucking 2 hours later, like, yo, we're just gonna have to fucking deal with this until it goes off.
You even
And so,
took batteries out and the shit was still ODing?
so the way that the shit was set up, it's not some straightforward ass like, oh, just do this and it's like some impossible shit. And so, like, 2 or 3 days later, after like 2 or 3 nights of it, we finally, during the day, spent like 2 hours like, give me a screwdriver. I'm gonna go deep in this bitch. I'm gonna start pulling out wires. I'm gonna do whatever I can. And to this day, that shit is sitting there with like the panel open with the wires hanging out that bitch. Just like this is just what it is now. We just deal with this now.
So to me, security systems are like, well, security systems and like smoke detectors are the most, I think they're like the phoniest things, because every time in the morning, like we set our alarm when we go to bed, and in the morning I take the girls to school, and I'll sometimes forget that it's on, and I'll open the door, and it's like, wah, 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 and they're like, no one's coming, like police aren't rushing to my house, like no one calls me, no one says any shit, like we run and turn off the alarm, but like if someone really was breaking in my shit, like someone should hit me up, like, yo, you good? Like no
I
one
do
ever checks.
So I do have kind of a funny story though, because one time, this is back when I was living with my mom.
Mhm.
She was like on vacation somewhere in Europe, and I had the house to myself. And I was shit. I don't know how old. Maybe I was like 19 or something like that.
I used to get shook when I was home alone.
So I'm fine on that front.
Yeah.
But I think I came home late. I was out like drinking in White Plains at a bar, and I came home late, and it was like real. I was starving. It was really late, and this was at a time when I was like on my health kick, where I was doing like the keto diet.
Yeah, you were going hard with that shit.
Chicken with cheese and all.
Yep.
Like everything was perfect, right? I was like, I don't cheat. I don't have any. So it was like shit. It was late. It was like 4 or 5 a.m. And I was like, I'm gonna make some chicken real quick. And so I was making chicken, and the shit started smoking a little bit, but I didn't think anything of it, because I was like, it happens. It's just a little shit. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But then it smoked enough to the point where the kitchen was sort of like a little bit filled with the smoke.
Yeah.
And the fire alarm went off.
Oh no.
I'm talking 4 or 5 a.m., bro. At the house, home alone, no idea how to turn that bitch off. Trying to turn that bitch off in my underwear, cooking chicken. I had to abort the whole chicken shit and just turn off the stove and like wet it to try to get the smoke to stop coming off, whatever. Bro, I kid you not. Within like 20 minutes, the fire department showed up at my door.
Are you serious?
I'm standing there in my underwear, like the shit. It just went off, bro. I don't.
It's like 4 in
They
the
walked
morning.
in. They walked in. They walked up. They like pressed a button, and they were like, "All right, you're good." And then they just left.
Oh no.
I felt so stupid. Oh my god, I felt so stupid.
I'm not gonna front.
Holy
One
shit.
time in Illinois, I think our fire alarm or our fire shit did go off. I think we were giving the girls a bath, and I don't know if that set it off because like the what I don't know what something set it off if we were cooking something. But yeah, the fire department showed up. Like I looked out like or maybe Molly was cooking and I was giving the girls a bath, and you could see out the front window, and I saw like flashing lights, and I was like, Molly, I think like the fire department's here, like, and they like knocked on the door, walked in our shit, and then there was a cop with them, and he walked in the shit too. And I was like, "What are you doing here, bro?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. Like, we're good. Like, I don't know why the fire alarm went off, but it was mad like invasive. Like, it was like, yeah, but like to that fire department that came to your house, like, is my shit burning? No. Like, can't you stand at my door and ask me if I'm good? Like, they just walked in my shit like it was their house, and it was
Yeah,
like,
I think
yo, just ask me first if I'm good, and we're good. So
I
bounce.
I think some fire alarms like link directly to the fucking firehouse, so they know when it's going off, so they
Yeah,
just automatically come. You know.
but
But
still,
like
like,
for me, I still didn't get that bitch off, so I was like, "Can you guys turn it off?"
yeah, I
And
guess
they
you can't
turned it
figure it.
off for me.
But like our thing here, and I don't know if it's more fire, yeah, or what's the other thing? There's is it oxygen or some shit? There's
Oh, carbon monoxide.
carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
That one is super important because I think like Brett Gardner, who used to play for the Yankees, I think his son like died on the in a resort or something because of carbon monoxide. But that shit I feel like is super important. But that one, there's no like buzzing or detector that goes off when
Nah,
you're
that
going
shit
to
still
exit.
goes off, dog.
Oh, it
That shit
does.
still. I've had that. I've had a low battery on one of those bitches,
Oh,
and that
really?
same thing. They don't make it easy to like.
No,
Hey,
the
here's how
hardest shit
you.
too is like you have to put it dumb high in the ceiling, but then like it like has to like spin in perfectly.
I know. I know. It's like, don't put me through all this fucking garbage.
Can't
Like,
fire
why?
alarms be on like the bottom of like can't they be on like the bottom of the ground? I know heat rises, but like it's if your shit is burning, it's still gonna be burning on the ground just as much as it is burning up in the ceiling.
Just make the shit easy for me, because I don't even want to have to deal with this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, the carbon monoxide thing, people say, oh, it doesn't smell. It actually does smell.
Oh, really?
That shit is a myth. It does smell. It doesn't, like, the smell is not, like, super powerful, but
Yeah.
you know it, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, that shit was a myth, but yeah, fuck those alarms, man.
So that was that. But usually if it's going off like that, I'll just take the battery out that shit. Like if I know my house isn't burning down, like I'll just take the battery out and
Yeah. I mean, I have a story. Basically, every place I've ever lived, I've had some issue with some alarm. You know,
yeah.
like it's never not been like, oh, it's never a problem. No, the shit is a problem all the fucking time because it's supposed to be like, oh, the batteries last like 10 years, and then like, no, they fucking don't.
No.
Because I'm
Never.
37 and I've already had like way too many instances of having to deal with some of those shits.
Did you finish making your chicken that night?
No, I didn't. Ended up having to eat something else, maybe some like peanuts or something. It was just, it was horrible. But let me get back to the I still got some more flavors for
Yeah,
you that you
oh
got
yeah.
it. All right, Lay's potato chips, bacon grilled cheese flavor.
See now that's in the
I'm
same
giving that a
category.
10.
Yeah. Oh,
Sight
it's
unseen,
10?
I'm giving that shit a 10.
See, I'm gonna put that in the same category as the cheddar. What's the flavor you like? Cheddar and onion?
Cheddar and sour cream.
Cheddar and sour cream. I'm gonna put that in the same category where like the first 10 to 15 chips I'm gonna like are gonna be hit. But then at the end of that, I'm gonna be like, I don't want any more of these. It's too powerful. What was it?
It's bacon grilled cheese flavor.
Bacon grilled cheese.
That shit sounds good as fuck.
It does actually sound good. I might give that an 8.
And then there's another one. This one I'm not sure about. Lay's Kobe steak. Yeah, that one I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I want a steak flavored chip.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know
know
if
if
I
I
want
want
a
that.
meat flavored chip. Like goes back to the chicken one. Like I don't know if the like meat flavored chip is something that I think is going to be good.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. That's a little much for me.
Like no drinks, no meat. Pause. Like just like
Yeah, the
Dips.
lemonade thing is like you're trying a little too hard, bro. Like that's a little too like don't do that.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
yeah, don't mix I'm not a fan of that one. But those are some funky ass flavors, and I've seen some funky ass flavors.
Yeah, what's the one? I feel like there's some now that have actually become pretty popular. You know, like there's been some new ones that I don't know if it's like chicken wing flavor or some
Oh
other shit.
yeah, I
Like,
think there's a chicken and waffles might be one.
ooh, that I haven't tried that, but honestly, low key, that shit sounds on point.
That
That
one
shit
might
sounds
be
on point.
okay. I think I've seen those, and that one's not too bad. Chicken and waffles. But there was one that I tried that was a little overpowering. It was the sriracha.
Yeah,
That was in the gold
yeah,
bag. That was a little much.
because sriracha, like, it's kind of hot, right? Isn't it
Yeah,
kind of hot? Like, it's yeah, like I
it's
can't
hot and
handle that.
has like a seasoning, like it has like a strong seasoning flavor to it.
Yeah, I see. I don't mind the seasoning flavor, but I mind the spiciness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's another one which I like, queso flavor. Have you tried that?
I haven't tried queso, but I'm gonna speak badly about Taco Bell for a second because usually they're on point.
Ooh, wait, hold up. We don't even allow that on this podcast. You're gonna talk shit about Taco Bell?
I'm gonna,
Oh
because
my god.
so I do some refereeing, and then always after the refereeing, there's a Taco Bell on the drive home, and I'm like, I just ran for 3 hours, so let me get some food. I wanted to really like it was like a steak, like it was their steak burrito. It had like rice, had steak, it had these like tortilla chips in it. Taco Bell needs to change their nacho cheese. That shit is whack. It shit is like too liquidy. It's too cheesy, and shit doesn't have a good taste to it, dog. It's like their nacho cheese gotta go. It
Have you had
fucked up the whole burrito.
their what is it, like nacho fries, like the potato-y fry things that they have?
I might have, but if it's got that nacho cheese on it, it ain't for
Because
me.
they give you the nacho cheese with it. And from what I remember, dipping that bitch in the nacho cheese, I don't think I had a problem with the nacho cheese, man. Crystal loves any sort of fake ass flavored cheese. Like, you know when you go to the movie theater and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
nachos and they
I'm
got
fine
that
with
fake
those.
cheese?
I'm fine with the
She
movie
loves that
theater.
shit.
Yeah.
She loves that shit. So I'm struggling to remember what it tastes like because in my mind, I feel like it tastes just like that fake movie theater cheese, which I love too.
It's the same consistency. It's the same type of shit, but it's more cheesier, and it's just too overbearing. Maybe it was just like too much in there, but I really wanted to like the steak, and it just wasn't hitting for me.
See, I feel like maybe the problem was that you mixed it with the steak. I
Yeah,
feel like that may have been the issue. Because
that
if you
could
had
be.
it with chicken with that, it would have been a different story. You would have been like, you know what? I like this.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. I wanted to
But
like their steak.
that's the first bad thing I've ever heard you say about Taco Bell
I
in my
know.
life. In my life, dog. Because Taco
Usually,
Bell consistently, as I get older, I still have more and more appreciation for Taco Bell. Because to your point, and you made this point originally, you were like, bro, they're always coming out with some new shit, and they
always.
never miss. They never miss. They never come out with something where everybody's like, ugh. It's always like, oh shit, I want to try that.
And their
Right?
shit
The fucking
always goes,
Cantina taco.
yep, their shit always goes super viral too, whether it's like their Mountain Dew Baja shit or the Dorito. Like they were the first with the Dorito. And I just saw this actually today. Subway's trying to do like Dorito nachos, and I was just like, Subway, like you don't have that collab power
They
that
don't have
Taco
the
Bell has.
magic.
No. And like
No.
I think they had like Marshawn Lynch eating it, and it was like it was oh yeah, it was like foot long nachos for $5 at Subway, and it was like Doritos like flavored, and I was like, it just looked mad weird and forced. But whenever Taco Bell could partner with anybody, and
Perfect.
it's just perfect. Like they just know what's good, but they haven't come out with some shit recently. And one shit that you told me about, McDonald's coming back with the snack wrap is a fucking game changer, dog.
Bro, I'm not when I read that, I got hit with the most OD wave of happiness and nostalgia because I've always loved the snack wrap. And for
Yep.
me, when I go get a snack wrap, because you know how some of it has the ranch on it,
Yep.
and then the other has the honey mustard on that
hmm
bitch.
hmm
To me, that was always the dilemma. Is like, shit, let me get at least one of each is what I'd do.
Yeah.
And then even when I was on a healthy kick, I would get a grilled snack wrap, dog.
Yeah.
Like the snack wrap should have never left.
So
You're never going to talk me out of that, dog.
So here's my kind of gripe with McDonald's a little bit. And I made a video on this. I just haven't edited that shit yet. But I'm going to give Popeyes a little bit more credit here because I think it was June 2nd. They came out with 3 chicken wraps. And they just came out with them shits. Kind of fucked McDonald's because they like had some announcement. This shit doesn't come out until like July 10th or some shit. And it hasn't been here since 2016. So if you've known since 2016 that everybody loves your snack wrap and that it's like your most popular shit, why'd you deprive us of that shit for so long? And Popeyes was just like, yo, we came out with 3 shits. Boom, they're out. You could go get them now. And we had that banging viral chicken sandwich like a couple years ago that everybody loved. So like, I graded Popeyes ahead of McDonald's because McDonald's is just teasing us at this point. Like, why can't you just drop the snack wrap right now?
That's a fair point. I'm with you on that. My only counter argument is, and I don't know if people will fuck with me on this, but I'm gonna put it out there. The McRib, I think it's actually correct that they only occasionally bring it out. I will say this.
Yeah. Annual. Yeah.
I fuck with the McRib hard. So, like, I love it, and eating those shits makes me happy. But it does make it sort of special that, hey, man, we're only bringing this shit back, like, once every however many years. Now, I would prefer, like you said, maybe once a year bring that bitch back. But they do it, like, once every 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it is. But, like, it's kind of correct that for the McRib in particular, they're like, you know what? We're going to take this away from you for a little bit because you're not even appreciating this at its full capacity right now. And then eventually they're like, all right, you've been a good boy. Here's a McRib, you know? And I fuck with that. But to your point, to make your argument, because I think overall you're right about it, is like the snack wrap, the whole point about the snack wrap is that shit was a staple at McDonald's.
Staple. Like, it's like having
one of the top shits that I would think of getting. Like, if I'm not just getting a regular cheeseburger, right? I'm thinking snack wrap.
100%.
I'm thinking, and it's always so delicious. I still miss, and this is how old I am. People won't even know about this shit. You would probably know about it. Other people might not even know about this shit. The original crispy chicken sandwich that they made, I miss that shit to this day, dog. Because they changed it, and don't get me wrong, I fuck with the new crispy chicken they have. I think it's really fucking good, and I still fuck with the McChicken. To this day, I fuck with the McChicken.
Yep.
But the original McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich was on another level.
Homie. It was. I don't know what they did.
They took it away for a hot minute. There was only the McChicken for a hot minute.
There must be a shortage of chicken or some shit. Like, and I think someone told me that Joe Rogan said this shit, but like, if they sell all of those hamburgers, like, where are all those cows? There can't be that many fucking cows out there that like they could just pump out that many hamburgers and chicken too.
It's fucked up actually because we just have these like mass factory farms where they just have a bunch of animals that they're going to kill immediately, and then they have a bunch more that they're going to kill immediately. So the way we treat them is fucked up. I'm actually in favor of laws that make it so that they live like half decent lives and they have some room to graze and shit, because the way it is now, they torture those fucking things, bro.
Yeah, but like
they torture those things.
Chicken, like it's like
but they straight up torture them. Like, here, you're gonna be in this fucking tiny ass box where you can't even move an inch for your whole fucking life, or we're gonna pump you with steroids and then kill you immediately.
Yeah, true.
It's like, you know what? Let's not do that, because we're such hypocrites, bro. Like, we love dogs, we love cats, we love certain animals. We're like, don't you dare fucking hurt these fucking animals. But then other ones were like, that's dinner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not against let's eat that for dinner. I'm just saying, make it so that this shit is treated okay. Because, and I don't know if you've ever had like grass-fed beef.
Yeah.
But that shit is, number one, delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it has a totally different flavor. Because it's not eating fucking corn all day like the other ones are. So it's fucking good, bro. It is fucking good, and it's different. So I feel like we should have better laws around like not being an asshole to animals, even the ones that we end up eating.
That's a good point. Okay, you swayed me on that shit, because at first I was like, kind of fuck a chicken, like, who cares? Like,
chickens are kind of weird though, in particular, because those shits are like dinosaurs and they're really fucking stupid. And the hens, The hens are the ones that fucking no, I'm sorry, it's the roosters.
Roosters.
The
Oh,
roosters are the ones that don't shut the fuck up in the morning.
I was in Dominican Republic, and outside of my brother's apartment, there was like roosters that I think they had a rooster farm or some shit right behind their apartment. But every morning, that shit was just like, like, and it just
At like 5 a.m., right? Isn't it
like
like the second they see any sunlight?
a fucking M, and that shit was. My brother was just like, you got to just get used to it. That shit just fucking does its rooster shit. But like,
So can you sleep through it after a while or no?
yeah. After a while, I think we slept through it, but it was on some like just obnoxious ass shit where it was just like, what? Like, are they?
What are we doing?
Yeah, like, what do we do? Are they? Does that? Like, I know. Like if like I feel like there's a purpose for everything. Like if a mosquito is biting you or a bee is stinging you, like there's some reason behind that shit. Like it's just like in the society, in the world. But like a rooster ruin at fucking 5 a.m. They're like what? There's no mating call. There's no reasoning behind that shit. Behind that motherfucker just being like, I'm gonna be dumb annoying right now.
And that's why nobody fucks with roosters.
Yeah,
The hens don't do that shit, and it's like, oh, you're way better than the roosters. Fuck the roosters.
You remember that Cartoon Network? There was a big ass hen. I think his name was like something the hen, like or just hen.
I remember Cow and Chicken. You remember Cow and Chicken?
Cow and Chicken, yes, yeah, I do.
Is that what you were thinking of? I think
No.
you're probably thinking of Cow and Chicken, right?
No, there's a guy in Cartoon Network that was just like a hen, a big ass hen. I think he was just dumb, and he was just like a big fucking hen. I think he was in Looney Tunes.
Cartoon Network Ken. No, when I type it in, the first shit that comes up is Cow and Chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, hold on, I gotta.
I typed in Cartoon Network Hen, and it's just Foghorn Leghorn. You're talking about?
Hold on.
I think you're talking about Foghorn Leghorn. Type in Foghorn Leghorn.
I just typed in cartoon hen, and I just got like cartoon hens.
Type in Foghorn Leghorn. That's who it is. I think you're thinking. As soon as you see him, you'll be like, yeah, that's him. Watch.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
What a hell of a name that is.
Just look at the picture. It's definitely who you're talking about.
Foghorn Leghorn. Yep, that's my guy. That's a.
Yo,
is he a
shout
hen?
out.
Is he a hen?
Shout out to you. I'll look it up right now. Shout out to you for like having Foghorn Leghorn somewhere deep in your memory.
Yeah,
he's actually a rooster. He's a rooster.
Oh,
but yeah, bro,
he looks dumb.
I forgot he existed. I forgot he existed, dog.
Like he just looks like a Karen. Like excited about whatever he's talking about.
Talk about forgotten cartoon characters. Nobody thinks of Foghorn Leghorn anymore.
No.
Like Bugs Bunny still gets his due. You know, like Wile E. Coyote still gets his due. You got most of the cartoons you could think of. Like there's somebody out there who's thinking of that motherfucker. Foghorn Leghorn has been out of everybody's mind for like at least a decade, probably longer.
He's making a comeback for Halloween. Foghorn Leghorn.
If you were to dress up like that, people would be like, who is that?
You know what's kind of crazy is like at some point I feel like even Bugs Bunny is gonna get like phased out. Like people are gonna probably start forgetting about Bugs Bunny.
I mean, shit changes, dog, but at the same time, like, think about all the shit they revive. How many fucking Spider-Man movies are they going to make? How many fucking Batman movies are they going to make? Eventually, they'll do some Bugs Bunny shit because nothing is new anymore. Like, they never just come up with some totally new shit.
That's true.
It's always some, like, let's just do this other shit that they did in 1995, but from 1995, they copied it from 1972.
Yeah.
They just keep copying shit over and over. It honestly is fucked up. Like, I wish we had a system where, like, because when we were younger, it felt like some dope shit could come out, and it would just be some dope shit that's new. Like, remember when the movie Twister came out?
Twister
was like, oh shit.
Even movies
that movie
like
is crazy. Now there's nothing new.
Nothing new. But Molly had the girls watching Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan.
I had my first when I was a little kid. I had a crush on Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, she was bad. But do you remember that she was like? Did you ever see that movie or know about it?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, they like go to sleepaway camp and their parents. It's a fucked up story. Like the parents, like they had a picture. One had a picture of the dad and them, and the other it was like split in half. And the other had a picture of the mom and them, and they were twins. One lived in like England, one lived in California. Then they went to a sleepaway camp and like met each other when they were like 11 years old. So for 11 years, their parents like didn't talk to each other anymore and never told them that like they had a fucking identical sister somewhere in another part of the country. Or
that is sort of fucked up. Oh shit! Look, I got a cat with me.
Oh, hello. So they were watching that movie, and then they watched, and I never saw this movie, but Princess Diaries with what the fuck is her name? She was at a Knicks game and OG jumped on her lap.
OG
Ah,
jumped on her lap.
oh, I can't think of her name.
What's
Whatever.
what's the name of the movie?
Princess
Princess Diaries.
Diaries. Yeah. Oh, what's her name? Don't tell me. You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck." What the fuck is her
Anne Hathaway.
name? Anne Hathaway. Damn it.
Yeah.
But I was like, these were original movies that like they made for us, like for kids that were bangers. Now there's no movies like that anymore. There's no like
Nah, man.
Rookie of the Year, the like heavyweights with Ben Stiller, where they were like at the fat camp.
Some Robin Williams banger. He
Some
would
like
hit us with some
Robin Hood.
Miss
Like
Doubtfire type shit. Like
there's
just
nothing like that anymore.
classic.
Someone told me that there was 10 Fast and Furiouses or some shit.
Oh my god, bro.
I think there was
Can't do
10 or
that.
11.
Like, just stop. At some point, you just gotta stop it. Like, just stop it.
But people love every single one. Like I was talking to them, they were like, "Yeah,
Oh my
everyone's a
God.
banger." It was that, and then there was another, the shit that Keanu Reeves does.
Speed?
No, he's got
The Matrix.
no, he's got some shit that's like
Bro.
he's John Wick. John Wick.
Oh,
There's
John
like
Wick. Okay,
9,000 John
okay.
Wicks, and now there's a female John Wick, like ballerina or something. So like it's a spin-off of John Wick. So to the movie point, there's like no creative movies anymore.
Yeah. No, it's a real fucking shame. It's a real shame. Because, like, I want to love watching movies, but, like, I can't do superhero movies. I know this is a controversial take, and people don't agree with me on this shit, but I've never been a superhero movie fan. Ever.
I haven't.
I remember watching, like, the 1990s Superman
Yeah.
as, like, a kid and being like, this shit is sort of whack. Because the formula is always the same, bro. It's like, here's the good guy, here's the bad guy. Oh, look, they're fighting. Oh, looks like the bad guy's gonna win. But nope, the good guy won. And it's like, I know everything that's gonna happen.
Yep.
That's why I'm such a big fan of all, like, you know, the TV shows that people love that always have them in their top 10, like Breaking Bad, Sopranos. Those are the best shows because the characters are fucking complex.
Yep.
Like, you're rooting for them, but they're kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And they're kind of a really bad guy, but they're not the worst person in it, but they're still kind of bad, but you still kind of root for them, and you don't know why you root for them. Game of Thrones, same shit. Like, that's the shit, like some complex shit that feels real.
Yep.
Not some stupid, like, here's some dickhead in underwear with a cape who's going to save the world. Like, fuck that guy.
You remember Doug Funny, and he would turn into Quail Man?
Of course, bro.
And he put his underwear
Doug
on the
was a great
outside
show.
and then had like a belt buckle on his head with the little shit hanging over.
Yup. I remember, bro, that show was great. Doug was great. Remember Roger, Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah, Roger was an asshole, man. And same thing with Angelica and Rugrats. Like, she was kind of like an OD
She was
bitch.
a bitch. She was a bitch. But those shows were amazing.
Those were
Rugrats,
yeah.
Doug.
So one I wanted to ask you about, and this show should come back just based off of this feud alone. And we didn't talk about it yet, but like, it was inevitable. It was bound to happen. But the Elon and fucking Donald Trump shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, you remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
If they had a Donald Trump, and I wouldn't be surprised if even back then if Donald Trump was probably in the show because he was like such a celebrity back when that show was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But him and Elon would be like, MTV needs to bring back just like a pay-per-view Celebrity Deathmatch. Bring back that referee that used to do the shit with the bald head.
Yeah, Miles something.
Yeah, I think he was the ref that did the Mike Tyson fight.
I think so too. Yeah.
And just bring back like a one night only Celebrity Deathmatch. Like if anybody works for MTV or that like is a producer, pitch that shit to MTV, and it would have really good ratings because that show was a banger, and they could make some clay figures, and it would be a good.
Bro, shit has changed so much now that like, so when we were growing up, we all had this, like everybody had the same experience where like when you're a kid, you got Cartoon Network, you got Nickelodeon, you'd watch those shits,
MTV.
maybe a little bit of the Disney Channel. As you got older, you graduated to like, you know, watching TGIF and fucking Full House and Family Matters, Boy Meets World. Then as you got a little older, that's when you graduated to MTV, VH1. You'd watch that shit. Everybody watched MTV, knew everything that was on MTV. But now, like, I swear to God, Corin, it is so crazy now because everything is online now. So these kids know, like, they know Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
They know, like, some streaming prick who, you know, shouldn't even be famous.
Yeah.
Right? They know, and there's no shared, like, everybody watches the MTV type shit. The
There's so
shared
much
shit would be
different
like Mr.
shit.
Beast or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not the same. Like, TV is not what it was, and that a lot of houses don't even have cable now. So, like, people don't watch some shit like we used to watch it. So it's almost like there's these little pockets of fame among different groups, and there's no, like, shared, like, actually everybody watches Celebrity Deathmatch.
Well,
Or
you were
everybody
all
watches
We're all
whatever.
forced to watch the same shit. Like my brother's generation grew up watching Beavis and Butthead. Watching
Yep.
like shows.
Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons, all that South Park, all that shit. Like South Park was us too a little bit.
Yeah,
from
and
like,
Family Guy more for
yeah,
us, I'd
yeah, yeah.
say. South Park and Family Guy, yeah.
But to your point, it's wild now that like kids can have conversations in high school and like be totally into different YouTube creators that they're not all watching the same shit. Like they don't have that same memory of like having to watch Beavis and Butthead and fight through the music, fucking videos that would play in the middle just to get back to the cartoon.
It's totally different. It's totally different.
It's just
And I
kind
don't
of
know,
whack.
man. I don't know if it's a good thing, man. And I'm somebody who literally, like, my job is having a YouTube channel, so I
Yeah.
shouldn't be complaining because that's the shit that pays my bills. But I don't know, it's just sort of weird
No,
that
there was something
there's no
nice about
shared
that.
culture anymore.
Yeah.
Crystal and me were talking about this when it comes to, like, finding somebody that you vibe with is like you have to have some sort of connection, some similar upbringing type shit. And like now it's like it's probably harder for a guy and a girl. Hey, we both have this thing in common or that thing in common, or we have the same like cultural background. Like it's not really like that much anymore. It's just like you said, like I'm into this set of YouTubers. You're into that set of YouTubers. If it's a boy, the boy is probably like gaming all the time.
Yep.
So he's got the games that he likes to play with the people he likes to play it with. And there is no like where's the connection at all? Like there's nothing there that you share.
Yeah. So that being said, what was your take when the Elon Trump shit just kind of blew up? I mean, it was
Oh my
literally
God,
like,
bro. I
and
haven't felt
there's a little part of you. Are you skeptical of any of it? Like, is Elon going to come back in the fold and be bigger? Is he doing this for a reason? What was your initial shit on it?
First of all, let me just say, I haven't been that fucking happy since like Bernie Sanders won Nevada and it looked like he was going to barnstorm to the presidency. Like me and Crystal were glowing on that day.
It's like a Super Bowl for you guys. Like,
bro, I was radiating happiness because we have been waiting for this for so long.
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
anything, we looked at it like, yo, why hasn't it happened already? Like, these are two biggest narcissists with the biggest egos in the fucking world. The world's most powerful man and the world's wealthiest man. Like, this has to break up at some point, right? And so when it happened, I was just so happy. Like, Twitter was lit that day. It was on fire. Everybody was saying the funniest shit, the best memes I've ever seen. But to answer your question, there's a couple things that happened. So, like, Trump axed Elon's pick for NASA. This guy who Elon wanted to be the head of NASA was like some loyalist to Elon and like just his bitch, right? And so Trump was going to put him in place, but Trump pulled him. The other thing is Trump took out of that bill that he's trying to pass, he took out these electric vehicle tax credits that would have helped Elon Musk. He took that out. And so that was two things that Trump did that made Elon feel like, hey, fuck you, bitch. I gave you $288 million to win the White House. Like, you need to do these favors for me, right? And so mix that with the fact that Elon truly is a colossal drug addict. Like, the dude does a ridiculous amount of ketamine. He does Adderall. He does ecstasy. He does shrooms. New York Times had a big report. He carries around a thing that has 20 different drugs in it.
OD.
And so, like, he's a fucking drug addict with zero impulse control. He just felt like he got snubbed by Trump on those two things that I mentioned. And so he just sort of, like, exploded, right? And he
He's
said...
got nobody, like, keeping him in check.
Bro, he went right to the jugular, too, with Trump. He hit Trump right where it hurt. He went right to the nerve center. Homie said, you wouldn't be in the White House if it wasn't for me. I'm the reason you would have lost if it wasn't for me. He said that shit, and he said, motherfucker, you're in the Epstein files. And he said, you should be impeached. You should be impeached. That's what he said. All three of those things, oh, he's done with you. But at the same time, Corin, Trump didn't go that hard back at him.
I know. That's what
Trump hit him with some weak. He was like, well, maybe I'll cut off your subsidies. Which, okay, like that would hurt a lot, no doubt. But by Trump standards, Like, that is not.
No name calling, no like petty shit. Like,
That was soft as fuck. And he even when I say, I wish him well, I
yeah,
actually wish him well.
yeah,
So what that tells me is, and we already knew this based on like a whole bunch of shit that already came out. Trump knows that he is in the Epstein files. Trump knows there's a lot of dirt on him out there that he genuinely doesn't want the public to know about. And so he feels like, shit, Elon might actually have that shit on me, so I'm not going to go at him crazy hard. But in terms of the breakup, yeah, the breakup is real. Elon is going to probably try to get back in Trump's good graces.
yeah.
But I don't know if Trump is really going to let him back on some real shit, because he basically, like, you can't do that. You can't say you're in the Epstein files, basically saying you're a fucking pedophile, and then the next day be like, so we're good, right?
What I don't get is like, I think someone said that he tried or he deleted that tweet.
Yes, which also is like, what the fuck?
Like,
we all
that's
know
what I
you
don't
said
get.
it.
It's like we all know you said it. We all know like we saw it. You know, there's screenshots of it. Like, what does deleting that tweet do? That almost like there's a little piece of me that says that this is just another misdirection tactic for some OD
No.
shit that they're doing right now to really pull something off right now. Like, this is the casino heist that, like, when they turn all the power, like in Ocean's 11 or 12, whatever it happens, when they turn the power off in all of Las Vegas and the whole grid goes dark, they're doing some shit right now where you're like, Trump and Elon are fighting. Here we go. Let's look at the tweets. Let's do all this shit. Meanwhile, some shit is happening, and it's not the LA immigration shit. Something's going down money-wise where they're both fucking texting each other like, dog, we did it. We pulled the fucking...
It was not... It wasn't planned. They would never would have done that. First of all, they're not that smart. Second of all, you can make the argument about what's happening right now in LA with Trump sending in the military.
Yeah.
That was an attempt to distract from the fight with Elon. Because all everybody's talking about now is Trump's in the Epstein files. Trump's a pedophile. That's what everybody's talking about that, and he's like, oh, no, I'm sending the military into LA. So you could make that argument about, oh, it's a distraction in a number of different ways.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, this shit definitely was not planned. Elon had a black eye, Corin, because he got into a fucking fist fight with the Secretary of the Treasury.
Yeah.
These are not some grand fucking chess masters, okay? These are some fucking idiots. He literally got into a fist fight with the Secretary of the Treasury. The Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, said, you're a fraud. You're a fraud. He said that to Elon, and then Elon took his shoulder and put it right into his stomach or something, and then Bessent fucking hit him. So these are, like, I'm telling you, these are fucking idiots, Corin. They're idiots. They should be nowhere near power.
I think we've thought, and I still think they're idiots, and like they've done this for as long as they've been in power. But at the end of the day, they keep pulling off crazy shit. They keep winning. They keep getting more money. And a little piece of me still thinks that they're still homies. Like, they're doing something that, you know, they'll be friends again. Even JD Vance was with like Theo Vaughn, and he's like, you know, I hope he comes back around and he's back in the fold or some shit like that. And it's like every other person Trump's done this with, he's like put him in the, like, it's just like Ted Cruz with his wife. Like, he goes hard in the paint. He hasn't done shit, which makes me think like, it's just strange to me. It's just fun.
Because I'm telling you, he thinks Elon actually has some dirt on him. Which, by the way, he could be right about that. This is the world's richest man, number one. Number two, he stole everybody's data.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's data. Number three, there were reports about how they set up Starlink for the White House to use Starlink as their internet, but they were warned against it because there's massive security issues with it. So he could be
Elon
using Starlink to do
shit on him.
God knows what type of spying. And he absolutely could have some specific information about some specific allegation against Trump from the Epstein side. So, like, it's not... I agree with you. You won me over a long time ago on your point that, like, everything Trump does actually is planned. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, he's an idiot, but he's doing shit for a purpose, right? I'm with you on that. But in this instance, I think the reason he didn't go that hard back at Elon, I really think that he thinks Elon has some dirt on him. I also think Trump might actually think Elon stole the election for him. And so he's worried about Elon coming out there and saying, I stole the election for Trump. Or Elon saying, hey, that assassination attempt was fake. They didn't even shoot at you. That's a lie. Like, there's a bunch of shit he's probably worried about on that front. So it's definitely a real fight, though. I mean, there was reports like, oh, they're going to try to make up or whatever. Then the next day, Trump was asked about it, and he was like, I have no interest in talking to him. And it's like, that sounds about right.
At some point, he's gonna probably need some money from Elon, and he's gonna have to kiss the ringer in a little bit. But
It's vice versa.
oh
Elon
really?
needs money from him. Elon has taken $38 billion in subsidies from the government. If it wasn't for the government, he never would have made it.
Oh yeah,
He had to go begging for a subsidy to make Tesla work from Obama.
yeah, true.
He's taking $38 billion. He gets $8 million a day in government subsidies. And Trump was saying, maybe I'll cut off your subsidies. So it would be the other way.
Yeah.
Elon would have to come begging Trump. And the fact of the matter is, there's already signs he wanted to. Like you said, he deleted the tweet.
Yep.
He also posted some new shit that was like tweeting a point that Trump made about the protests. So like he's trying already to be a little bit more back in that direction. But I don't know, man. I think they're low key they're cooked.
Couple more things I had down here. I saw this the other day, and this one is gonna make you feel old, man. But Allen Iverson just had his birthday, and he turned 50 years old. Allen Iverson was one of the guys when we used to watch the NBA that was one of my idols growing up. But like the fact that he turned 50, like when Jennifer Lopez turned 50, I was like, whatever. Like I never really knew her age. But so the 76ers played the Lakers in the finals in 2000. He was 25 years old. That was 25, and he's 50 now. Like that kind of hit me like kind of crazy. That was 25 years ago, and that he was 25.
Yeah.
That feels
I think
like
about
yesterday,
shit like that a lot. I think about shit like that a lot now, man. I hear you. Like, I'll be watching the Golf Channel, and like there'll be some commercial, and like Tiger's in the commercial, and I'm looking at it like a lot of the people who are playing in the golf events that are happening now, they were born in the year 2002 after Tiger had already been dominating for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So they think of Tiger as like, yeah, the old golfer. They don't think of him as like, that's the GOAT. Like it is. It's relentless, bro. The march of time is relentless. And I don't know about you, but these days I feel like just yesterday was April 1st. And now we're all the way in fucking June, like mid-June.
Yeah.
And it's like, April was just yesterday. I remember the first day of April like it was yesterday. Now we blew through April, blew through May. I blinked. Now we're in fucking June?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. It's going fast. I was clearing through a lot of my stuff in the basement. I had mad CDs. I wrote down some of them. I had a Mario Winans CD.
Oh, I don't want to know.
I had this is when mixtapes were hot. On the cover, I had a Diddy. It was Vote or Die mixtape. I don't know if you remember, but like
2004, I remember that.
He
Definitely.
was like going super hard, and he had all the T-shirts that said like Vote or Die.
Yep.
I mean, like shout out to him at that time. Like he was trying to get people out to vote. He was going hard with that. I don't know if he was getting paid by the Democratic Party or something like that.
He was definitely getting paid.
He definitely was getting paid mad money, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I had an Outkast CD. I had Jay-Z and Linkin Park. Do you remember they did like a collab?
Yep. Yep.
Sean Paul. And then this is how old it was. I had Now That's What I Call Music 2.
Oh my God. Wait, that had to be like 1999 or something, right? Or
I don't
like
know what
2001
year. Yeah,
or
it probably
some
was
shit?
like 99, 2000.
I'm gonna look it up.
But Now That's What I Call Music 2. And I don't know what number they're on now. But literally, I was like, should I hold on to these CDs? And then I literally...
1999, dog. We nailed it. 1999.
Crazy. Can you check what number it's at now?
Yeah. Let me see.
It's got to be 60 something would be my guess.
But they don't even really do CDs anymore.
Well, no, but that's my point. So I had all the CDs, and I was like,
oh my God, dog.
Is it higher than 60?
73?
Wow. Damn.
That's what I call music volume.
Is that 73?
Let me just ask
ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I'm having trouble finding it. Let me see. What number are we on in the That's What I Call Music volume? Let's see. Come on, this got to be easy one.
It's gonna be like, you're old as fuck.
The latest volume in the Now That's What I Call Music series depends on the region. In the UK, they're on number 120.
Damn.
In the US, they're on number 90. Holy shit. May 3rd, 2024. There has been no official confirmation of a Now 91 release, and some sources suggest the US series may have concluded with volume 90 due to declining sales. Wow.
So here's my thing.
So you got number 2, and we're on 91 in this bitch, dog.
So I was going to keep them, but I was also like, I could just go on my phone and go to Now That's What I Call Music 2. So I threw them all away. I don't know if that was a bad move on my part.
I kind of think it was a bad move.
Seriously,
homie.
I should have kept the actual CDs?
Yeah. So I'll tell you why.
Damn.
Because there's some shit you don't realize until later, right? Like, you know, I've been playing golf forever.
Yep.
And I would always have, like, in my garage, it would always be like my dad's golf clubs, my golf clubs.
Yeah, Mac.
And then, like, whatever are the other clubs that I've used at one point or another, or demo clubs that we had in the garage that we never returned or whatever. And so I had a pretty good, like, number of options, right? And then I remember when I had no money and, like, I blew through my allowances when I was, like, a kid. I was like, damn, I need some money. I got an idea. Let me trade in my old golf clubs at a golf store, and then they give you however much they give you, $40, $60, whatever it was, right? And now in retrospect, like today, I would give anything to have the history of my golf clubs that I used out there, where it's like, this was the first set I ever used. This was the first driver I ever bought with my own money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now I don't have it. And I look back like I want that. Because now I hit golf shots in my lawn now. I could grab one of my clubs from when I was a kid. I could grab literally, my dad gave me my first club ever from the driving range was like a cut down driver that was a wooden head. That's how old I am.
Damn.
That, in like 1995 or whenever the fuck I hit my first golf shot. That's what I had, a cut down driver that's a wooden head.
That's how golf clubs were when you were like, when you first started. They didn't have like the.
Let me tell you the year. It's kind of.
Because I remember my stepfather like would have an old set of golf clubs like in our garage, and yes, the driver was wooden, but I don't know if like that was like from his father or some shit like that.
What year was the first metal wood golf club created? All right, let's see. Okay, that's not accurate.
What does it say?
That's not right. It's saying like the first one ever made, but it's not really like mass market.
Oh, but
when did wooden golf drivers go extinct on the PGA Tour? That's a better question. This will give a more like accurate answer, I think. Okay, so it says wooden golf drivers faded out during the late 1980s and early 1990s as metal woods gained dominance. Yeah, so by the mid-1990s, wooden drivers were effectively extinct on the PGA Tour. So that's on the PGA Tour. But me, as a little kid, I was born in 1988. So let's say it's 1994, right? I had a little wooden-headed golf driver that I would hit at the range. But I would give anything to have the history of my clubs out there because I have memories tied to all of those clubs.
But I feel
playing
like
with my dad and shit, you know.
But I agree with you on the clubs. But the CEs, like the fact that I can pull up. Let me see if they even have it on here now.
I'm sure they do. But like, I feel the same way about like my Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying?
Pokemon cards. Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of those shits. But like,
if I found a thing of all my CDs, and especially the ones I burned myself, I would just keep them for sentimental value. You know what I'm saying? For like nostalgia reasons.
Oh, they might not have to. Damn. They have like 60. I don't know. Maybe I gotta look for it a little closer. But yeah, I don't know. I got rid of all those shits.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, right? Is like, as we get older and as we move from place to place, we want to sort of downsize, and we're like, I got to get rid of all the shit I don't need. And I've done that too. But now looking back, it's like, the other thing that I don't have anymore, I don't know where they are, they're probably gone now, that I wish I had, was all the wrestling tapes that we did when we did trampoline wrestling as kids.
VHSs,
Me and Brian and Will and Bobby. We did wrestling tapes where like we would do our own wrestling matches on the trampoline, and we would even bring out ladders and flip off the ladders and slam each other. And I would give anything to be able to see those shits now.
You guys filmed them?
Yeah, we put a lot of work into each fucking match.
Oh,
Where like
man.
sometimes we use some fake blood, we jump off the ladder, we, whatever, flip onto the ground from the trampoline. Like we did all this crazy shit where we were trying to copy the WWF at the time. Now it's
Yeah.
WWE,
Yeah.
and like I'd give anything to get that shit back.
I don't know if
And
it's
it's just
true or
gone
not,
now.
but they were trying to say that Vince McMahon's trying to buy back into the WWF, WWE, and is like, I think he like sold his shares because he got caught up in some crazy ass allegations of like he had some girl and he was doing crazy sex shit with her, and then had like all the wrestlers running through her. Um, but I think he's dumb old anyway now. Like the last time I saw him, he was with the Undertaker at some Saudi Arabia shit. He could
He's
barely
old.
walk. He had like massive amounts of work done on his face. And someone else, I don't know if you ever saw a picture recently of Simon Cowell.
Oh yeah,
Dog, his face looks like Play-Doh. Like it's so much work done on his face. It's scary. He looks like one of those dolls, like the transquilicus.
ventriloquist. Homie said transquiloquist.
He looks like a transquilicus doll.
That's definitely getting clipped out, and somebody's putting that bitch on Twitter, dog.
But yo, he looked scary, bro. Like, and I don't know at what point he doesn't look at himself in the mirror and just say like, I gotta stop getting work done, man.
Bro, first of all, me and Crystal have talked about this. So to answer your question, by the way, Vince McMahon is 80 years old now. He's 80.
It's not even that bad.
So
He looked in a lot like he's taking so much steroids and all this shit.
But to your point about plastic surgery,
Yeah.
dog, it's called, people are calling it Mar-a-Lago face because all the old bitches that go to Mar-a-Lago with Trump, they look like monsters.
Simon Cowell.
And I watched
shit.
True, and I watched a good YouTube video on this, and there was some girl who was talking about how there's a lot of talk about how millennials look younger than a lot of Gen Z girls, and the reasoning is a lot of these Gen Z girls start getting plastic surgery from when they're really fucking young because they want to like perfect their face. But in the process of trying to make themselves look younger, they actually make themselves look older.
Yeah.
So somebody could be fucking like 21 years old and it looks like, bro, are you like 35? And then meanwhile, you could have some 35-year-old who just didn't get any plastic surgery shit done and just stayed in good shape and, use the right products on their face or whatever. And now they look like they're fucking 23. So people fuck themselves up on that shit, dog. Now, I'm not totally against it, but there's got to be a hard limit, right? Like, allow yourself 1 or 2 maximum things. Outside of that, you're done. Cut it off. Because the more you do, people get addicted to it. They do more, and then they start looking like a monster, and they don't realize it. I've yet to see a plastic surgeon who's so fucking good at what they do that, like, if you get more than 2 things that people can't tell, they can tell right the fuck away, dog.
Well, I'm curious, is there an age limit to getting work done? Like,
I don't think so.
Could a 16-year-old or 17-year-old just walk to a fucking person who does plastic surgery and go and get that shit done? Like, I don't know if there's any waiver or parents form you need to like a tattoo or something like that,
I don't know. I'm unaware of any laws on the issue.
Right. I don't think there's ever. I don't know. I've never heard of any like age limit for that, and you could probably find a doctor that would do anything. It's like you could find a tattoo artist that would do a tattoo for anyone. Practically.
What did Simon Cowell do, dog? I'm looking at the pictures of him now because I was curious.
His face looks crazy, right?
Yeah, what did he do to himself? This doesn't even look like it's just plastic surgery. It looks like his fucking face is falling off. It
looks like his face is put together by Play-Doh.
I know. What happened to this guy?
Yeah, he definitely got his lips done. His lips look like, I don't know. I saw a picture of him and I was like, that man looks scary. But at this point, like, he doesn't he paid like everyone he's talking to or engaging with is with him because he's famous and because he's got money,
Totally.
So it's like he doesn't even need a real face at this point.
So I just found a video that discusses what happened to his face, and I'm definitely watching that as soon as we're done with the podcast.
It's scary, right?
It's scary. Yeah, it's scary.
Doesn't he look like a fucking transviloquist?
He looks like a ventriloquist. Yes. I don't. For him, I genuinely don't know if it's just plastic surgery. It looks like he had some sort of disease or something.
It does, but I think it's just all plastic surgery.
Bro, that would be holy shit. What a fucking cautionary tale that is.
American Idol is
Holy
another
shit.
show that, like, I don't know what season this last one, but Seacrest was still the host. They had
Oh my god.
3 new judges, and it's got to be like fucking season fucking 70, 100.
So I've always hated Ryan Seacrest. Am I wrong to be like that?
Nah,
But
fuck
I've
Ryan
always
Seacrest.
hated this.
Fuck,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
Ryan
like he just
Seacrest.
seems so fake to me. Everything's
Super
so fake.
He's I think 50 years old too, or something like that.
That sounds about right. He's probably had some work done also.
You know who I saw and I was blown away, but I think this guy was from American Idol. Chris Daughtry.
I remember him.
Dude, he's got like these tattoos. He's got the same tattoos as Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
I think Machine Gun Kelly did the same type of tattoo, but his arms are literally, it's not even a tattoo. It's just all like ink.
I'm gonna look at this. Oh my god, I see it. Holy shit.
Doesn't it look, he looks like the Lizard Man or something like that.
Bro, that's crazy.
What? I don't know his reasoning behind it. Maybe he's come out and said, but like, what would get someone to do a tattoo like that? Everybody go look at a picture of Chris Daughtry, because I saw him, like, it came up on my Instagram and I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I went to his page. I was like, oh, that's Chris Daughtry. Like, he's definitely made some songs that I remember, but I think he got his start on American Idol.
I think he did too. Yeah. He made the song It's Not Over. I know that song.
How's it go? It's not over. No,
It's not over. Try to do it right this time.
Oh, right.
Around.
Yeah, that was a banger.
That was a banger. That's the only song of his I know, though.
Yeah. You know who doesn't? I mean, like, he's probably doing all right for himself, but Ruben Studdard?
Wait, I think he may have died. Dog.
No, I don't think he died. I think he got, like, skinny, though.
Let me see. Somebody died recently that you're right. He's alive.
Yeah.
He's alive. There was
He almost pulled a Shaq from inside the NBA.
What'd he say? I forget.
There was some old guy, and they were like, and Charles was like, rest in peace. And then Kenny was like, nah, you can't say that if you don't know. And Shaq was like, nah, it's confirmed, he's dead. And then the next day, Ernie came on and was like, we gotta issue an apology. Everyone was wrong. He's alive and doing well. But the way Shaq came in and was like, nah, you're right. Rest in peace. He's dead.
Oh my god, bro. Holy shit.
But American Idol is one of those shows. I remember when that show first came out, man. I remember season fucking 1 of American Idol with Kelly Clarkson.
Why did I think Ruben Studdard died, bro? Somebody died.
I'm trying to think of who.
Was it like, hold on, let me see. Bruce, maybe? Is he alive?
Who's Bruce?
Bruce, the black comedian? I think he's still alive. He's still doing his thing. Yeah, but Bruce still alive. Who the fuck died? Why?
I know.
This is gonna bug the shit out of me
not
now.
Fat Man Scoop.
No. How about this? I'm gonna go to Chat GPT.
Who died
I'm gonna
recently?
go to Twitter and type in list me celebrities who died in the past 2 years.
I'm curious
Make a list
who it is.
of celebrities who died in the past 2 years. Oh no, hold up. I think I just figured it out.
How?
Because I was thinking about American Idol.
Yeah.
And what was his name? I'm right. I got it. It's Ricky Smith. He was in American Idol, another black singer. He died in a car accident.
Damn.
And it just happened
What?
at the age of 36. See, I wasn't crazy off.
Wow.
So American Idol finalist Ricky Smith. So he was a finalist in one of that. That's why I even remember his name, is because he was a finalist, and I think he was my pick. Like, I wanted him to win.
Oh shit.
He died in an Oklahoma car crash. He was 36.
Damn.
He was on the show's second season and was killed. Oh, I'm tripping though. It was all the way back in 2019.
Oh, let me see what he looks like. Was he light skinned?
No.
Ricky Smith, American Idol.
Type in Ricky Smith, American Idol, and then he'll come up. It's Rickey. That's who died. It wasn't Ruben Studdard. Ruben Studdard, I apologize. Ruben Studdard's a big fan of Kyle and Corin.
I feel like he might be.
It's funny how I went from Ruben Studdard died, and then that wasn't it, and I was like, damn, who else was it? And so I was thinking, like, who are other famous fat black guys? I was thinking who are other famous fat black guys, and then I went to Bruce, and then
Well,
I could have
Fat
went
Man
to
Scoop, I
Lavelle
think
Crawford.
was fat and black.
Lavelle Crawford. Is he still alive? Because I love this guy, bro.
Isn't that a comedian?
Yeah, Lavelle Crawford is funny as fuck,
Mm.
bro. He's still alive, 56 years old. Shout out Lavelle Crawford. Did he lose weight? Somebody asked that. Yes, Lavelle Crawford significantly lost weight. Good. That's why he's still alive, because he was
Oh,
fat as fuck, bro.
well, there's
I'm,
that famous comedian that passed away that everybody loved.
that just died?
No, like dumb long ago.
Famous comedian.
Oh, I can't think of his name or like even
Black or white?
black.
Oh, Patrice O'Neal. You're
Patrice
thinking of, right?
O'Neal. That's it. Yep.
Yeah,
Damn,
Patrice
you're
O'Neal.
on it
Yeah,
with that
everybody loved
shit.
it. Remember, Bob Saget died too in 2022.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy, dog.
The one that
Bob
got
Saget
me.
being dead is crazy.
Yeah, and he just like fell like his was just sleeping. He was at the Hard Rock Hotel, I think, by my grandma's house in Hollywood, Florida. I think is where he passed
Oh
away.
my god, that's so terrible.
Or he was there like the night before. I remember he like posted an Instagram picture and then like passed away. Yeah, it's sad. But Molly's texting me. But yeah, no, a lot going on. Are you watching the finals?
Yes, I've been watching the finals. So, right off the bat, dog, Indiana in that first game, they did the same shit
Same
that
shit.
they did to the Knicks. The same fucking shit.
Well, and the same shit that they did to the Bucks, the same shit they did to the Cavs. Like they hit the game winner and came back from a miraculous like down by whatever.
Crazy.
But my whole thing about Halliburton is like everyone wants to make him a superstar and make him this best player, but then he has a game like game 2 where he have like 4, 6, 9 points or something like that, miss all of his shots and just be hot garbage. And that's his MO. Like even game 1 was hot garbage the whole game, but we'll hit the game winner.
That's why Siakam got the series MVP against the Knicks.
It's just hard to get a read on like if he's considered a superstar. Like what category do you put somebody in and who's got that clutch gene, but the whole game is just ass.
Yeah, because like if LeBron had a bad game, the bad game is like 18 or 22 points.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? And Halliburton will throw up like a 6-point game, and it's like, what the fuck is that? You know?
So yeah,
they're a great team. Like they're a really well-rounded team. Like everybody really carries their own weight. But I really think that I don't know. My prediction was what was it? It was OKC in 5, right?
Yeah.
I might still stand by that, even though they pulled one of the games from OKC.
I think they're the better team, right? We could agree that they're the better team.
OKC?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's just interesting now because now it goes. So the series in the finals is 2-2, 1-1-1. So they get 2 in Indiana now, and I personally don't think like. I mean, I don't know how it is. Indiana is probably a tough place to play, but like at some point, the noise just becomes like noise. You know, like do you think?
Well, they said this
that much.
This year there was very little difference on the road versus at home.
Right.
Like very little difference, which is crazy because it's usually the opposite that it really matters.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think Indiana can like steal another one in Indy, go up and maybe go back to OKC 2-2. I could see OKC in 6 maybe.
I would be surprised if I could see OKC in 6. I'd be surprised if it's any different than that.
Indiana doesn't win it though, right? There's no combination in your mind that like Halliburton goes up because he's not the type of player to go off. Like he's not going to put up a 50-point game or something.
It's just there's like OKC plays like the Pacers but better. That's the thing, right? Like you got a mirror of the same team but they're better. They have a way better. They were number 1 defense. Like they're
faster.
They're just
teams.
Next level.
Yeah.
You know? And Shea, I think, is crazy. Shea is just a wizard.
Yeah.
You know?
He's good.
So I can't. I think it's OKC in 5, but 6 might be. It might end up being 6. We'll see.
That's all I got. Wait, so who wins in a fight? Trump or Elon?
In a physical fight?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go Elon just because he's so much younger. You know, Trump is ancient.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like I actually want Trump to be the one to win, to be honest. But Elon, I think, would win.
So he finally had his moment. He tripped going up the stairs to the fucking Air Force.
Saw that.
That was great. Like it's good to see him get brought back down a peg, and like the tripping up the stairs was great. But also like I've seen so many videos now and so many pictures now, and I'm on Facebook a lot just because my family's on there. I share photos of my daughters and stuff. But like there was a AI picture of like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey like donating like whatever her book is, like 1989 or something. So like 1,989 books to some Nashville library. And there's a picture of both of them in the library, and like their faces were kind of distorted, but someone shared it like, "Oh look, she's such a good girl." I was like, "That shit is fake as fuck. Like, stop sharing
Everything,
fake
bro, is
shit."
fake. Oh shit, did I lose you? Oh, there you are.
I know.
Yeah, that's everything is fake, dog. Everything is fake. Like Facebook is just packed full of AI garbage.
So much
Like the
fake
whole
shit.
thing is just, and all the old people just fall for all of it. Like
All
they
of
just
it.
think all of it's real.
Someone shared it like it
Yeah.
was real, and I was like, "This is clearly super super fake." And who gives a fuck if she's donating like 1,900 books? Like, oh, I don't know. It's just so like even like Trump could even come out and be like, "I didn't trip going up the stairs. That was a fake video."
He would do some shit like that. He
Oh,
would do some shit like that.
all right. Love you, man. Anything else I fucking missed or didn't get?
Nah, man. Nah, we're good. I got my computer's about to die, and I gotta piss like a racehorse. So
Oh, I
we'll
just
wrap it
wanted to
up
say
with the
thanks though, because
lovely people.
people always write comments on my page that you sent them over. So thanks to you, thanks to them, because it's awesome that people are one commenting that and that they come over from your page. So I really appreciate that. And the people that are still on my Patreon page, love you guys. It's fucking dope as fuck, and I'm super grateful.
Nah, of course, man. We're about to get you to 100K. Watch, we're on the road. We're gonna get there.
Love you, dog. Go pee. I'll
All
talk
right.
to you later.
Love you too, brother. Peace.
Peace.